Why, hello. Welcome to Recent Blu-ray Pickups Episode 2. These are Blu-rays I've gotten over the past few weeks. So let's get started with the first one. The first three are going to be Steelbooks. And the first one being the Steelbook 4K Blu-ray of The Expendables. I remember before this movie came out, I'm a huge Stallone fan, by the way. If it wasn't for Sylvester Stallone, I wouldn't be into filmmaking and fitness. Yeah, so anytime he has a movie, it's tradition. My dad and I go to the theaters day one to go see it. Anyway, before this movie came out, I was watching all the behind the scenes that have released before it, all the featurettes and whatnot, hyping me up for the movie. The video Stallone training got me in the gym again. I've been working out on and off since I was 15. But yeah. Anyway, really, really, really dope action movie. I'm not gonna lie. Is it the greatest action movie of all time? No, but it's still an entertaining movie, and it is the best one of the series. Just gonna put that out there right now. Yeah. Next one is the Blu-ray, the Steelbook of The Expendables 2. This is still another good action movie. I do quite enjoy it. Not as good as the first one. It's kind of on par with the first one, I'm not gonna lie. I really do like this one as well as the first one. And yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme is the villain. Chuck Norris for about 10 seconds. Good stuff. Bloody, gory action. It'll put chest hair on your chest hair's chest hair. Next one, if you can't tell, is going to be the 4K Steelbook Expendables 3. PG-13. This does come with the unrated edition on it. And honestly, the unrated edition is just a few F words. They don't cut from stabs. It's honestly, they didn't even put any CG blood in it. I know CG blood, it's annoying. Just use squibs, make it look real. But anyway, as a movie itself, not as good as the first two. It's all right, I guess. It's not the best one of the four. I'm not gonna lie. I would have to say this is my least favorite of the four. And but I do watch, like, if I'm gonna watch Expendables, and if I'm gonna watch all of them, I will watch this one. I don't know. I don't know. It's okay. It's not the best. It's just This next one, I didn't know came out on Blu-ray. Can you believe that? It's Expendables, or The Expendables 4. Why not just call it Expendables 4? Anyway, a lot of people shit on this movie saying it's the worst movie of 2023. I disagree. I'm pretty sure there was a Disney movie that came out in 2023. Those are always crap. Anyway, entertaining action. I enjoyed it. It's not the best of the four. It's not the worst of the four. I think three. This is better than three. Not as good as one and two, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, you have a whole bunch of people in it. Stallone isn't in it all that much. He gets second billing for some reason, but whatever. He wasn't behind the scenes on this at all. He didn't write any part of the script or anything. He didn't direct it or whatever. And honestly, it kind of shows. Recently, Dolph Lundgren in an interview said why this movie failed. Not only did it come out during the writer's strike, but also Stallone wasn't really part of the writing process. And honestly, the first three were great, except the third. I blame Stallone's co-writers. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But anyway, but this one, he didn't write it. He didn't do any directing, producing, nothing behind the scenes. He's just in it. And yeah, honestly, it's kind of predictable. Andy Garcia shows up in the beginning, or toward, yeah, a little bit in the beginning. And then before the final battle, he says, "I'm coming too." And I was like, "Oh, okay. You're the bad guy." It's just, it was predictable, honestly. But yeah, also, spoilers, Stallone dies in this movie, except he doesn't. Honestly, I think that they should have killed him off in this movie, because the last movie Stallone died in, if you would count it, is Samaritan, because in Samaritan he played two roles. One of them dies. I don't know if you would count that. But anyway, he should have stayed dead, but I knew he wasn't dead because the trailers show scenes that take place after his character dies. So it kind of, gave it away. But yeah, Expendables 4, not the worst movie of 2023. Not a bad movie. It's entertaining. I enjoyed it. It's not the best of the four, but what can I say? You see Megan Fox's nipples peeking out of her shirt at the end of the movie. It's pretty sweet when she walks into the bar. Anyway, next up, I don't know if I had this in my last Blu-ray pickups video, but I'm going to show it anyway. That is Hereditary. One of my favorite horror movies of the century. Not gonna lie. Ari Aster, great filmmaker. Two of my favorite filmmakers working today are Ari Aster and Robert Eggers. Anything they make, I go to the theater to see. Hereditary, it's not in-your-face horror. It's subtle, low-burn horror, slow-burn horror, whatever you call it. And it's very, very good. There's some things in the movie, there's some scenes in the movie where you have to look at the frame and being like, what's that? Or, ooh, are those people standing around the house? Or is that just the way the lights are in the yard? Or something like that. And also, there's a scene, a wide angle of the sun waking up in the bedroom. If you look in the top corner, if you brighten it just a little bit, you can see her possessed in the corner looking down. And the scene, and then in that scene when you see her in the background crawling out of the room, that gave me shivers. I was like, what the fuck? It's so small, but it just gave me shivers. Anyway, fantastic movie. I know some people don't like it, but when you think about it, that's with every movie. People like it, people don't. Whatever. I enjoy this movie very much, and I pop it in the Blu-ray player from time to time. I'm not gonna lie. Midsommar, also a very good movie. Hereditary is still my favorite movie Ari Aster has done so far. This next movie is a very important movie that was brushed to the side, ignored, and criticized for being some sort of conspiracy. Kind of tells you all about the people who were saying that, and that is Sound of Freedom. Very, very important movie with an important subject matter. Jim Caviezel plays Tim Ballard. He goes overseas to rescue this trafficked brother and sister. He rescues the brother, sister's not there, and he goes on a mission to go rescue the daughter. And it really sheds a light on how much human trafficking, child trafficking goes on in the world. And it was criticized. Movie theaters would lie and say that the film wasn't working. They would turn up the heat in the theaters that this was playing in. Really tells you all you need to know about people. And as the movie itself, it's a very good movie. It's not fantastic, but it's a very good film. And yeah, I don't want to get too much into it because it gets you. I'm not gonna lie. I say that a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but anyway, it gets you. Very good movie. Interesting trivia though. When I was doing background work on the show Person of Interest, Jim Caviezel made eye contact with me. Not a big deal, but still pretty cool. Great movie. If you could find it, I recommend it definitely. I didn't know they were going to sell it in stores. I saw it in Walmart and Best Buy. I was like, oh snap, alright, cool. But I honestly thought, frickin' those big corporation stores would try to halt that movie from coming in their doors, but don't worry, those companies frickin' ruin their business during Pride Month, which should be Pride Day or whatever. Anyway, this last movie I actually picked up today, and that is the 4K Blu-ray of Avatar: The Way of Water. This is my favorite movie of was it 2022 or 2023? Damn, 2023? Was it? No, it was 2022. I don't know. Anyway, my favorite movie of the year, it came out. This is such a great movie, along with the first one. Honestly, I'm a fan of the Avatar movies. I feel like James Cameron has not made a bad movie, at least the ones I've seen. He hasn't made a bad movie. And, yeah, honestly, there's a reason why their kids in Jake Sully's and Natiri's kids are on the cover of this movie, is because they're the best characters in this movie. If there was to be a spin-off or whatever, Hollywood, freaking does spin-offs and stuff, I wouldn't mind one talking about the story of their children, because they are very interesting characters. And the character Sigourney Weaver plays, I didn't know it was Sigourney Weaver. I thought it was an actress that looked very similar to Sigourney Weaver. Played the character, I believe her name is Siri, teenager. But it turns out that was Sigourney Weaver. And I was like, oh, snap. Okay, cool. But, yeah, fantastic movie. I think he filmed this at 48 frames a second, because as I was watching it, I was like, well, that's buttery smooth. But anyway, fantastic movie, along with the first one. Can't wait for 3, 4, 5. They're currently in 2 years post-production on Avatar 3, coming out next year, 2025, I believe. 2025 is going to be a stacked year. Not only GTA 6, but also Avatar 3, and I'm sure other stuff. But, yeah, Avatar: The Way of Water, fantastic movie. And that is episode 2 of my recent Blu-ray pickups. I hope you enjoyed. Here is a quick shot of said Blu-rays. It's a nice little stack going on here. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. And, yeah, right. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit dislike if you didn't. subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, freaking follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trouble, all that crap. And yeah, God bless. I will see everybody later. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. See ya.